Yo, what's going on, guys? Certain Gaming here, and oh man, I messed up. I just did this huge, long recording, voiceover like this, but it was, what's it called? It was zombies, and I was just talking about, stuff, and then I will hit delete the narration because I'm stupid. But here we are in a nice little free-for-all. I just started using the Razorback. I didn't win this match. I was kind of like trying to keep up my KD, but I guess I'll just talk about, like, first, thank you guys for 200 subs. I never thought I would get here, and look at that spawn. I never thought I would get to 200 subs. I never thought I would get to 100 subs, and I know 200 subs isn't a lot, but really, guys, thank you for the people who subscribe to smaller channels. To think that, like, you guys are just amazing. You're what's gonna get this channel popular, maybe. And I really appreciate it. Just like, I'm just a lonely kid, because you guys know I never do anything. I'll try to get some Counter-Strike up, but yeah. So let's get back to base. Let's get to basics or whatever. After the thank you, hopefully you guys will enjoy mostly a daily upload this week. We'll go back to school, so that's gonna be hard. But I didn't really know what to talk about in this video. Mainly, I just kind of want to talk about just, like, you know, my life. So this is gonna be like a portion from 5th grade to 6th grade. And so I always had this mean teacher that everything I would do, she would yell at the class, like, not really, and then she would find something to like to just yell at me. Like, she'll go in the class, get everyone silent, and then put everything, like, on me where everyone's looking at me. And oh my god. And so what I was doing one time, here's an example. So the class was being very loud. This is in 5th grade, guys, so it's elementary. The class was being so loud. It's not even funny. Like, and we're in, like, a small little compact area outside of, like, the school. It's a little trailer. And my teacher, like, I was sitting by, like, I sat to the left of her, but my back was turned. And so we had our little, I think it was kind of in the morning or at the end of the day. Either one. Was doing my work. I finished it because we were in, like, homeroom. And so I was doing that, finished, and the whole class being loud. And my friend, not really my friend, but close person next to me, she sat next to me. She was like, yo, can you help me? Like, she wasn't the, like, brains or whatever, you know? And I was like, okay, I'll help you. And so she couldn't hear me. She was like, oh, could you speak up? And I was like, so, sorry about the voice crack. So I was just, like, talking probably like this. And she's behind me. And so I knew she was waiting for me to talk. Like, I don't know what, like, in the back of my mind, I knew. But it just didn't, like, want to click to me. And so she was like, class, this is too loud. Blah, blah, blah. And then she goes, Austin. And I'm like, what did I do? I literally was helping out someone. She's like, you're always so loud. I think it was only you that was talking. What? And everyone? Me. I was a little embarrassed. Like, now I really don't care. Like, you could honestly say something to me and I'll be like, okay. Like, you don't care that you're the only one that failed and you're the reason behind all this in the class. I'd be like, nope. Really don't. It's like, blah, blah. I'm going into high school next year. I do not care. And so, so she put on me. But now, like, I was embarrassed. I was probably, like, red because I was embarrassed and whatnot. And she was like, blah, blah. And then she was like, why are you always talking, like, after class? I was like, why are you always talking? And I didn't say anything. I was like, I'm just sorry, you know. It's like, don't be talking again. And probably the exact same thing happened, except I was reading. I was legit had a book in my hand, looking down, was just sitting there reading, and I don't read, guys. And if it's a book that isn't a manga / light novel that I'm reading, it's a good book. So I was sitting there reading. I think it was actually Percy Jackson and the Lightning. Can't even remember the last part of it. Lightning Blade, Lightning's, I don't know. And the whole class, I was like, I couldn't focus. I couldn't even read a line. And then here's my teacher. And she was like, this class is too loud. Austin, you're making all the noise. And everyone looked at me. And everyone knew that it wasn't me. So everyone just started laughing. Like, not at me. Still, I thought it was at me. Sorry. And it was towards the teacher because, she's being stupid. Like, what the heck? And so then I'm just sitting over here like, I'm like, I'm sorry, it won't happen again, because I ain't gonna argue back. I was done. This is close to the end of the year, and I'm like, I'm just done. Screw it, I'm done. I was like, okay, whatever, blah, blah. And I go back, and she's like, don't roll your eyes at me. It's like, I put my head down. Like, that's probably the exact same thing, except, one, I'm showing you that I'm trying to read, but you took it as I don't want to talk to you, which you should have, because I didn't. But then she got mad at me, and again after class, like, you're always talking, like, I hate this attitude towards everyone and whatnot. And it's like, to the teachers, like, you have a really good, a bad attitude. Again, with another teacher, I really thought she was nice. Like, I didn't think I had an attitude. Like, when adults think kids have attitudes, I thought that, my attitude, apparently, I was joking. Like, I wanted to literally say, I'll be with my friends or whatnot, and I'll be like, you can just get out of here. You're like, I don't want to say go or something, but I'll just be, joking, get out of the house, you disgust me. I would be funny. I would try to take it as a joke. Teachers apparently didn't. And then we were doing math, this math teacher, and she's like, blah, blah. And she said something, and then she said something to me. And I was like, okay, It's like, okay, I understand, blah, blah. And then what was it? Same teacher. She's like, don't like that attitude towards you. We discussed this, Austin. Everyone just looked at me. I was like, it was a student-teacher conference. You're supposed to tell me what I'm doing wrong, and I tell you what you're doing wrong, in my opinion. And then no one else knows about it. No one. But yet you just blurted out. You just had a conference with me about my attitude and stuff, apparently. So it's out there. I have an attitude, apparently. And so then the worst thing is, I really had no friends. I really didn't, guys. And it was just I have my one friend, and he was he's still my friend right now. I have his phone number. We just never meet up. He goes to a totally different school in the state. Probably about a good half hour longer than, maybe an hour farther down, maybe even longer. And we just kind of for what I was doing, I was going to go to a school that all my friends were pretty much going to. And I was sick one day when my teacher was passing out, what school would you go to, and I told her, I was like, I need this, I was sick. She was like, okay, blah, blah, blah. She handed me a paper. It said I was going to the school that I needed to go to, and when I was doing my elections and whatnot, since me and my mom, we had just moved, it was just us, and with my stepdad, but he wasn't my stepdad yet. I was just kind of sitting there, and she was like, oh, this can't work. We need to make sure, blah, blah. It, didn't work 4 times until it finally worked. And then the day that you're supposed to go pick up your schedule, my mom goes in, and they didn't have me down. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Try to re-enter me in. They couldn't. So I ended up transferring, and I'm honestly way better. I have so many friends. I thought like everyone on the track was friends, but now drama's just breaking up. And apparently, like, if I don't understand something, guys, I'll ask my friend. I'll ask my friend who's really smart, and then his friend now, which is a girl, she's always like, I remember one time, because he's a teacher's pet. Like, he's not even afraid to say, he's like, I'm a teacher, blah, blah. Yes, he is a teacher's pet. And so we had a substitute one day, and he was like, I hope, it was like the day before, and we were just in there. He's like, yes, I hope we have another substitute. Sorry about this little screen. I was like, yes, I hope we have another substitute. And she just butts in, and she's like, you abuse substitute teachers just as much as he abuses you. And I was there, and I was like, I was literally at my mic thing, whatever. And I was like, what did I do? And I just walked away. So I was done with that. And hopefully everything gets better. But I have to wrap this up right now, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Please click the links, and peace. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. That wasn't peace. You're just gonna have to see this little cool guy. But yeah, and then I was like, what did I do? And now, like, she hates me. It's not even funny. I literally, what I said is, I'm like, I didn't want to say anything and be like, oh, you're blah, blah. I don't want to get into that. I was like, okay, he's my friend. Like, I wouldn't do that if he's my friend. I don't understand something. I do use his work, yes, but so what? The teacher doesn't really care as long as we do the work. And so then she's like, he's not your friend. Stop saying that he's your friend. And I was like, I walked away. I was done. And she kept on saying things. And what really made me and my friend mad is that my other friend, let's just use J. J is my friend's name. My other friend will use Q. So J and Q are sitting there, and I just walk in, and one of the girls' friends is sitting there talking, and is like, oh, they were joking around. Q was joking around about J, about how he breaks everything, because J does. And J was like, yeah, we had just went over to the Halloween party. We broke Q's bed. Like, no, he and we'll use T. J and T broke his bunk bed. So it's like not shattered, it's just apart. Because his, you know how it was like horizontal and vertical, kind of? Not like up and down, but if you're like looking down. If you're looking down at the bed, it's horizontal. There's a horizontal thing on the bottom and vertical on the top. And so the vertical one, like the thing that holds you to make sure you don't fall, that broke. Because, they're fighting on top of the bed. And so that was broken and whatnot. They were talking, and so in front of J and Q's face, in front of J and Q's face, the girl's friend says dead serious to Q, why are you still friends with him? And I haven't known J and Q that long, but J was just like, okay, F you a-hole. And I was like, okay, yeah, she deserves that. And he's like, they've known each other since 3rd grade. And if I had heard it, I didn't really hear it all that clearly, but I would have said something. It would have been like, why are you still friends with her? But stuff happens. And can't really control it. But really, guys, just know that drama's going to happen. If you're not in middle school yet, drama's going to happen. If you're already out of middle school and you're in high school, you're probably thinking, that's nothing. But yeah. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Sorry about this. Man, frozen screen. I had to wrap this up, but I didn't have enough video. Sorry. My bad. I'll probably add in a little bit more gameplay. And hopefully you guys enjoyed. And see you next time. Peace.